Good evening, good evening. Welcome to my secondary channel, the number one Grinder Real Talk. I have been away for a while and everything is been out. I had to need some time off and everything. Got back, so I'm back. We got a good one for y'all. This is my fellow brother and also LDBC brother. That stands for Lions Den Boxing Community or Basketball Community. Brother LB will chop it up with me on the Darkness Roundtable. Number one grinder, one of the best kept secrets on YouTube. Believe that, the best of the business. So we gonna get this going, and you know what though? I feel like it's a Wu-Tang, man. Hit your Wu-Tang. Be back.
What y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna see me? I'm the Osiris of this shit.
Check this out.
Perfect.
Champion, the way of the warrior. Champion eyes. Get back up. My spirit cries.
But you're a well-rounded warrior. You keep on fighting. That's what I am. Well-rounded warrior. I say for me, I've been passed over with my family, my fans, so-called family, some so-called family members, some friends, and etc. Pass over me. They feel that I'm not even there. And I used to accept it as I'm gonna prove something to you. Nah. That I have to understand when I get older is what I am. And I have to understand that when I'm moving of a certain space of my life to strive to do better, not that many people are going to understand your vision. Not many people is refused to understand the growth of your vision, of your self-vision. The growth of your vision help some.
You ain't lying.
Welcome back. Welcome. Well, let me read this out first before we continue. Just remember us as the righteous ones. We are still winners. That's the real. Just remember, we are still winners. That's the real. So, what we're going to do, we're going to wait until the brother come on, brother LB. He gonna keep chopping it up with me on the Darkness Roundtable. So we wait for him. He say he got to take care of things, but so we got him here. So
What up?
what up, Dave? There he is, right there. Shout out to brother LB. You see his logo right there. That's what he's rocking with right now. So welcome, brother. Welcome to the Darkness Round Table.
Hey man, I appreciate you for having me on. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Anytime.
privilege and an honor. You know what I'm saying? Hey, something I don't take for granted, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah, I've been trying to, he's no, I'm trying to get him for years, but he's a busy man. Now, before we continue, a chop up, it's not an interview. We chop it up on a Darkness Round Table. That means he can ask you, I want you to ask me questions about me too. That is a topper. That is the thing. But you are the main guest. But you can ask me questions too. That's chopper. We engage with each other. Shout out to the mighty LDBC that stands for Lions Den Boxing Committee, also basketball community. That's what I met this brother at and everything. He's one of the few brothers that also keep in contact with me outside YouTube. So I want to thank you for that. Now let's get into it right then and there. You on mute your mic. Um, let me ask you this. Where you born and raised at?
Uh, I'm originally from Charleston, South Carolina. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's my birthplace. That's my home. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of it I do miss, but there's a lot of it I don't miss. You know what I'm
Got you.
saying? I live up here in Fredericksburg, Virginia. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And been up here since 2015. You know, when I was in the military, and I retired from the military in 2018, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been up here ever since. And you know, if it weren't for these high ass gas prices, man, you know what I'm saying, things would be a lot better, man. But anyway, that ain't neither here nor there. So yeah, that's I went in the Navy. I was when I left high school. I joined the military right out of high school. You know, was stationed at Great Lakes, Illinois. But there for like a year. Went down to Northern Virginia. I was out here from '99, 2000, and then I was in Norfolk. I was in and out of Norfolk for the next 15 years. Like I
Ooh,
did 4 years in Norfolk, 3 years back in Charleston, did another 5 years up in Norfolk, back up in Norfolk. You know what I'm saying? Then got up here in 2015. So you can say for the better part since 2000, all with the exception of about 4 years, I've been in Virginia.
been in Virginia. Okay, and your parents living?
I don't know my dad left me as when I was a young kid
Got it.
and whatever,
Got
and
it. Okay.
but my mom's still living on. You know what I'm saying? All my grandparents, all my aunts and uncles, they transitioned, so
Okay. Cool.
they still live within me. So that's why I try to take every day.
Got you. Got you. What about do you have any siblings
Yeah, I got one brother and one sister.
in Virginia?
No, my sister's down in South Carolina. My brother's out in Arizona.
Arizona. Okay, cool, cool. All right. Now, when you talking about in the Navy, now can you explain to people how the being in the serve being in the military is? Because there's a missus that I don't I hear things here and there, and I'm not gonna bring it up, but tell the people as a black man being in the military was all about.
All right, so I'll peep game from a different angle. You know what I'm saying? So, when I was in the military, you know what I'm saying, I was in the electronics field, and black people in the electronics field on the nuclear field is like a rare commodity. You normally find black people in engineering. You'll find them in the deck department, the people who chip the paint and paint the ship and all that type of shit. And
Mm-hmm.
but as far as electronics field, like my department
Well,
was
breaking
one
up
of
bad,
three
bro.
black
Okay.
people within the whole entire. I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Y'all get you now. Yes.
Can you hear me now? Yeah, I
Yes, I
was
can
one
hear
of
you now.
three black people within the whole entire combat systems department and weapons department. One of only three.
Oh, wow. Breaking up again.
So there was a huge disparity. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm going through a bad area. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So,
yeah, we
when
can
you're
hear
up here
you.
in Fredericksburg.
Oh yeah, okay.
But yeah, Yeah. So I mean, there's that disparity there of black folks and whatever like that, and you trying to like work with white folks and shit, but at the same time, you're still a lot of that shit still in the back of your head and all that. That what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
hey man, these dudes can't be trusted, but you gotta learn, you gotta work with them and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's good. That's wow.
motherfuckers wasn't racist towards me and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And hey, so at the end of the day, we got we we tolerated each other and all that. You know what I'm saying? We Some people I end up becoming good friends with outside the Navy and whatever like that. And but as far as like the military, anybody who's aspiring to join the military, I'm gonna tell you right now, get what you can out of it because they will get what they want out of you, whether you like it or not. Um,
Mm.
if you're in there for 4 years or you do 30 years in the military, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get what you can out of it. You know what I'm saying? You want to go to college, you can do that. If you want to, do some kind of whatever you need to do or whatever like that to prepare yourself on the outside, because the military ain't forever, and a lot of people they go in the military and they come out of it and they don't have a plan. And they put themselves behind the eight ball when you come out the military. Now, and there's some stark differences. Like you fuck up out in the military, you go to captain's mass. You know what I'm saying? You get Article 15. They'll just take your pay, reduce your rank. If it's severe enough, they'll throw you in prison through court martial and all that. But out in the civilian world, you screw up in the civilian world, you get fired. There ain't no coming back.
Mm.
So,
Wow.
but yeah, man, the military, hey, I've been all over the world. I've seen a lot of things. I did a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Some things
Mhm.
I'll talk about, others I won't.
Yeah, I get you. I get it. Yes, I get it. Now,
But
yo, go ahead.
yeah, yeah, bro.
That's
So,
you heard it from the whole. You heard it from the horse mouth. I want y'all to think about it. What you think about it. That's right, because you was in the military for 15 years, right?
I'm having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, you breaking up bad. But until you come back and
Yeah.
everything ooh, ooh. Hello? Yeah, you breaking up bad.
Yeah, let me refresh my page. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, we gonna refresh the room. So matter of fact, yeah. Like me, I've been in Virginia for 10 years, but that's what I met her through YouTube and stuff like that. But we again, welcome to my secondary channel, the number one grinder real talk. This is number one grinder. Um Brother LB is chopping up with me on the Darkness Roundtable. We're going to get it going. Within the 30-minute mark, or more people will come. I'm gonna tell people, I'm actually to send the questions in the chat so I can ask some questions because we go. I promise we'll get them out of here within an hour. So that's what we're going to do. And yeah, but I can't get in there because I do want to ask some questions. But I want you to go check out his channel. I want you to go check out his channel. What I'm going to do, I'm going to while we coming back, I'm gonna post his channel in the chat. Oh, but I'm glad everybody come. Glad people come. and everything. So yeah, but there's certain parts of Virginia is dead. It's like you go to dead when you drive or stuff like that. No. Only he could. J. Only he could be on the panel. Only he could be on the panel. Only he could be on the panel. Just chop up. Only he could be on the panel. So, but shout out to you, brother J. Yeah. But but get till he come back and everything. Um, yeah, I had fun. You know, I had a little fun here and there. Um, got rest. I was out of town for a few days. Matter of fact, brother J, brother JJ, and also brother LB, they checked on me, make sure I'm okay. And yeah. But like when you go, I know because like when I remember, I could say this. I know when I was traveling, when I lost my mom's and my younger brother, 2019. I know when I was on a bus traveling New York towards New York. I know when I went to certain parts of Virginia, it was dead. Like you can't get nothing. The internet be off, all screwed up and everything. So what he going through right now, trust and believe it. He's not lying. Trust me, y'all. He's not lying about that. He definitely not lying. So and so that's why like they put on some music. I'm putting some music for the family. Till you get back, I'll put on some music. Put on some music. Uh, yeah, you can put on some music. Till you get back. Yeah. But gas prices is up. Baby food and people is not. A lot of people frustrated out here. As soon as brother LB come back, we're gonna talk about that, the frustration, what's going on. And I'm just saying don't give up, y'all. Whatever you do, don't give up. Just keep on fighting. Find a way to survive. Find a way to survive. Very important. Because find a way to survive. But I'm glad that y'all keep on supporting me. That is greatly appreciated. Keep on supporting me. Shout out to Go Professor. I hope you get better. Shout out to Four Quarter Talk Big Duke. Shout out to Amanda Gather. Shout out to Sister Beach. shout out to the whole LDBC family. Shout out, shout out to y'all. Shout out to brother Clarence McLean and his beautiful wife Tiffany. And thanks for supporting me. Thanks for pushing me on. Shout out to the ones that had my, that had the best interest in me for years, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. While I'm waiting for him to come back, I will do a boxing commentary. I supposed to do it today, but I changed my mind. My mind wasn't into it and everything, so most likely I'm gonna hit y'all with that. Now we finally got back with brother LB. All right.
All right, so what was we at again? Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, when did we first meet? I'm just trying to remember how we first came across each other, how we first crossed paths.
Through the LDBC, I think it's through Ticket, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Ticket.
that's what it was. Yeah, it
was Ticket. Yeah, it was through Ticket. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was a few years ago, y'all. We know each other for a minute now, so.
Yeah. Cause I remember when I was on Ticket platform, I used to do I still, from time to time I go in there, but for a while I was doing correspondence videos on this platform and all that.
Right, yeah.
I tell you right now, man. Hey, Ticket is the reason why I got started putting out YouTube content, man. You know what I'm saying? I thank that brother for believing in me, for believing I had a gift to put out content, and he let me use his platform. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to do that. He didn't even have to fuck with me to be. And so, I owe an incredible amount of gratitude to my brother Ticket, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And also, shout out to brother Ticket. Sometimes, I still got the Underrated Darkness channel, y'all. I just got to get it fixed. Got to get it fixed. So this is my second. I know, like, when I had the Underrated Darkness, he always shot me out. Always. Once in a while, he used to show up in the chat and everything. And I'm trying to do a chop up with him. You know what I'm saying? It's hard because so I'm trying to do, but anyway, I'm gonna work. You talk offline off that. But let's get back into it again. You can ask me questions, brother. This is a chop up. You can ask me whatever question you want to ask. You can. Go ahead.
So what was it? So was you born in like the '60s, right, and all that, right? Was the Jim Crow era like in
Yeah, 66, yes.
Yeah. So, so what was it like during that time? You know what I'm saying? I'm big into politics and I'm big into history. So what was it like during that time where, when it comes to like the black community and all that? I know you was up in New York, right?
Yeah, born and raised.
Yeah, so what was like up there during that time?
Well, there was a lot was going on that a lot of people don't know in the northern states. It was still discrimination. It was still also that certain neighborhoods you couldn't go. There's politics was going on. So us as a people, we have to fight and scratch to get wherever we need. And it was a lot to deal with. But see, a lot of people was talking about the South, but nobody really was talking about the North. But the northern states always was going through. We suffer every type of racism for a long time. They even with black massacres in New York that people don't want to talk about. I'm going to talk about that in the near future. That really plague us as a people. That even that Indians that had enslaved us in the mid 1800s towards the end of 1800s in New York that people don't want to talk about. It's like certain parts of Long Island and stuff like that. So to get back to the Jim Crow and stuff, it was different, but it was about business. It's about redlining back then. It was brutal back then for us as a people. So for me, that's what like I was born in the era of Malcolm X. I was born in the era, the late great Malcolm X, and the late great Martin Luther King. And so for me as a child, not being little in the 1970s, it was also I was seeing sad thing about the gender war, how the system was separating us as a people. And so the mother father was in the thing, and then I seen like the father had to, it didn't happen with my family, but I actually seen that when a black man trying to help a black woman to raise a family, they had to leave, and they think it was a myth. It wasn't a myth. As for me being the special ed, I know what it's like to be discriminated, because they were discriminating young black boys, they black girls. I'm not saying young black girl was not discriminated, because they was, but we was discriminated more. We was really put it in the back of the system. So the emasculating of the young black boy, I seen it, what happened. My parents had to, fight for me, they trying to put me in the homes and stuff. Like my late parents had to fight me through that. So that when I talk from experience. I talk what I know. I talk what I seen. And so my data is the true data. So that's it, bro.
All right. Hey, shifting gears, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I know you're big into rap music just like I am, right? You know? And so hey man, let's just get right. Who you think is the better rapper, Jay-Z or Nas?
Nas.
Okay, that's why I rock with you, bro. That's why I rock with you. You know what I'm saying? Nas, man, I'm telling you right now, man. This dude, Nas, is the most gifted rapper ever, bro. I mean,
yeah. And see, people. But I used to get an argument with people. Why you didn't pick that? Because y'all think regional. I think global. When hip hop was born, I was 8. Okay, I see the maceration of hip hop. I know about lyrics and stuff like that. When people fail to understand, yeah, Jay-Z, one of the gifted. There's no doubt about that. But Nas, when Nas was rapping about our people. Nas was rapping about our world, about what we go through. Nas was rapping that globally. Nas was talking about King Tut and all like that. And he lived it. He rap about jazz, how jazz fusion and stuff. A lot of people don't know that to be an MC, you gotta understand from before and what you're in right now to connect the generation. Now, people go say, what about Jay-Z? He had done it. But to understand what I'm saying, when you have... See, Nas comes from a 2-family household. Jay-Z have it. Nas know the importance of a black man. I'm not saying Jay-Z don't. His Nas' father was a jazz musician, so he understands the fusion of our people. Jay-Z never really involved. And I want people to understand it because Jay-Z come from the projects, I came from the projects. So I had a greater appreciation of Jay-Z. Let me keep it, especially from Brooklyn and all like that, from Marcy and everything. No doubt, I got mad respect for Jay-Z. Pride, BK all day. But Nas understood the flight of our people. He understood the flight of hip hop. He understand the history of hip hop. He understand of a black man. He needs to empower our people to empower the world. Nas had to make sound decision to get out of Queensbridge so his brand could broaden out, just as Jay-Z is. But get to your point, Nas all day, better rapper. Let's get back to you. Let's get back into you. That's an excellent question. I don't know if anybody ask a question like that. I appreciate that. Now, when I met you to do ticket and stuff like that, how do you came up? How you met Ticket and you said you start doing correspondent, on his channel and stuff like that, and then you end up getting your own channel.
So I went on YouTube. I was when I was in uniform, I was looking for alternative channels that talk about sports, but not like on that corporate type shit. You know what I'm saying? And so I came. Let's say about 2016, I was on YouTube. I got a recommended video for Ticket TV. So I was like, I click on it. You know what I'm saying? I listened to the content. I like the intro. That was first track me to it. And then when he went at that Sherman Clump looking motherfucker, Jason Whitlock, you know what I'm saying? That's like, yeah, that's when I first rocked with Ticket. That's when I was like, yeah, I love this channel right here. So you know what I'm saying? So I would donate, and I would keep donating to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Because I support the brother, I support his content, and I kept donating. I put stuff in the chat. I would just interact. I'm interacting in the chat room, in the comment section. Donate. I eventually get a wrench. Donate some more, talking. You know what I'm saying? And then one day, then eventually I started my YouTube channel, right, in 2019. Right. I finally grabbed enough courage to start putting out content in January 2019. That's when I put up my first video. And I probably was like less than 100 subs. Now Ticket was fucking with me way before I even had subs, but I say around when I had like around 59 or 60 subs, that's when he we linked up, you know what I'm saying? He hit me up. And that's how I started doing the correspondence, but I put out content on his platform and all that. So he allowed me his platform so I could put out content for him and stuff like that whenever he's busy and things of that nature. And kept doing that for a while. Go and have live collabs with with Ticket, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the subscriptions come from off of that right there, off that strength where I will go on, put out content. We do collab shows, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And then I branched. Then eventually I would branch out into politics. And that was to do something different, have a different vibe. You know what I'm saying? To let people know what's going on, and let people inform people what the white media is not telling you when it comes to politics. Because I feel that along with sports, I think sports is something, gives us something to talk about, gives us an avenue to compare who's the best player, what happened in the game, this, that, and the third, right? But at the end of the day, it's competition. When we have this competition, sports don't really have a direct impact on our lives and all that. It gives us something to talk about. It gives us, good barbershop, chop it up conversation, and all that, and shit like that, right? No pun intended, right? But I feel like, when I talk politics, politics, especially within the local, national level, you know what I'm saying, that has a direct impact on our lives. And I think that has impact on the black community as a whole, because, we black folks, they hate us so much, but yet they always leeching off of us, whether it be trying to profit off Juneteenth or profit off any kind of other kind of black trauma, or like other things within like the housing market, with the redlining and the blockbusting and the I'm gonna short your house because you're black, and that type of deal. So and then being close to DC, I'm saying, only an hour away from DC,
right?
I have to absolutely know what's going on. up there because it has
Mhm.
a direct impact what I got going on here with all the decisions that they make. Stock markets get influenced by political news. A lot of things get impacted by politics, and and I just wanted to go in talk about that. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, my channel is growing. My channel is growing immensely. Thanks. That's I owe an indelible amount of gratitude to my brother Ticket, man, for real. But
Yeah.
at the same time, owing him that gratitude, I still realize that I could not just leech off Ticket, and I can't just be all up on his nuts and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At the end of the day, I'm an old man. I gotta eat, and if I'm going to eat, that means I gotta get out here and do the work. That means, and I put in the work, and then I've got over 1,000 subs. I'm almost at 1,400, but to hit 1,500 soon. But my goal by the end of the year hit 2K. So you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so hey, I'm very passionate about what I do. I love talking on YouTube. I love interacting with the folks, whether you be a hater, whether you be a one of them trolls and all that. Look,
Yeah.
it's all good in the neighborhood. But yeah, that's how I got my start, man, back in 2016, 2017, and wherever where I was just in the comment section putting out content and stuff like that. And it just it evolved into what I got going on right now. I show my channel not nowhere near as big as my as Ticket and BFTB and Town and all the other all the homies and all the other brothers or whatever like that. But I'm getting there.
That's
I'm
good.
getting there.
That's good. That's good. Let me ask you another question. I noticed that you talk about politics and sports. Now, also this on my Underrated Darkest channel, he been on a few platforms where we do sports and politics too. I want you to understand it. It's on my main channel, the Underrated Darkest channel too. So we always engage. Now tell the people. I know why. I know why. But I want to put the question out to you, my brother, because you family, you part of the Underrated family. So I feel I have a legit right to ask you this question. So, Chocolatina, how you doing? Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Hope that you subscribe to my secondary channel, the number one Grinda talk. But whenever you talk about sports, you always talking about the politics, the past, and even the present. Again, I know why.
Hmm.
Explain to people why you come from that sector, please.
From the sports to the politics side.
Yes.
Um, but like I said before, I think people need to know what's going on in the world of politics. And there's a lot of decisions being made. There's a lot of backdoor deals in oil fields. There's a lot of stuff that the white media won't tell you for whatever reason, right? And there's always a hidden agenda, right? So, for example, right, when I'm talking about Kamala Harris, right, and she does these interviews, and how badly she botches these interviews, right? See, what the white media won't tell you is that the fact that she botches these interviews so bad to the point that the White House would make her do interview training, and that they actually called in the they were actually called into the CNN feed, pissed off about her interview, about her interview and how bad it was, and have people cringeworthy. Look, at the end of the day, they don't have confidence in her to lead the Democratic Party. She has alienated her base. She has alienated people within the party. She has alienated the donor class. Nobody wants to touch Kamala Harris. She is toxic. She's toxic.
Okay. I
So
appreciate it. No,
when
go.
oh yeah. So when I talk politics, my attempt, and whenever I'm talking politics, is to avoid giving you what the white media tell you, give you an idea what's going to happen next. Because when you play chess, right, you always got to think 2-3 moves ahead of your competitor. If you thinking 2-3 moves behind, or you're always the last one to put out information, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not really gonna get the attention that you're not really gonna get the traction, and you're really not gonna people not gonna really accept the message, if that makes any sense.
Make a lot of sense.
So you got to in a way project, right? And you know, times and a lot of times you know, I'm not gonna say project, predict. You're gonna have to predict what happens next, and then on top, and using that prediction, you find your path.
Breaking up, brother. You're breaking up.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Am I lagging?
Yo, you was lagging for a few seconds, but you're good now.
Okay. So like making a prediction of future behavior, you can rely on your past behaviors, because you know we as humans are a creature of habit, right? Especially if you're a white supremacist or a bootlicking sellout, then you know you are then you will do things that you're comfortable doing, and then as a result of that, we can then be able to predict the next move that's going to happen. And then when that move actually happens, you'll be like, oh man, LB was right. Or same thing in sports. Like for when Russell Westbrook, when everybody was talking about how Russell Westbrook was going to get traded, and I told everybody 2 months ago that, look, I caution you to reevaluate that. The Lakers are not going to trade Russell Westbrook, and this is why. I laid out the reasons, though. The age, the contract, the declining play makes him an unattractive person. Damn, you compound that with the fact that he was in trade moves during the trade deadline. Nobody wanted him. If you go back to the previous offseason during the when all these moves and free agency was being made, players was being traded, and Russell Westbrook name was out there, and nobody wanted him. Hell, the Lakers didn't even want him at first, and then they redirected back the trade form from the Wizards and all that. So when you piece that jigsaw puzzle together, you're able to come up with the conclusions I came up with, and then it played out to it actually came out that the Lakers didn't want to trade Russell Westbrook. That he was going to stay in the Lakers uniform. So, not that I'm out here toot my own horn and all that, but I want people to know my thought process, because I'm a critical thinker. I'm giving you what I'm thinking about in real time. That's why 99% of the time I'm live streaming. That way you get my purest form, my purest thoughts in real time, no script, no paper, no chaser, no nothing. You're getting the raw, unadulterated version of LB.
Got you. Now let me ask you this question: what's your favorite baseball team?
The New York Mets.
Really?
Yeah, I like the Mets.
I always want to ask you that for years, because you know, I'm from New York, born and raised. BK, day I die, New York. I'm New York. I'm not selling. No. So I support all New York sports teams, all of them. Now, how you become, your Mets, the New York Mets became your favorite baseball team. How that come about?
All right, so my favorite players growing up, man, was Doc Gooden and Darryl Strawberry. So and then I like the NY logo on the hat and all that. You know what I'm saying? I like the colors and all. So, but yeah, my favorite player growing up was by far Darryl Strawberry, man. I love how he hit the ball and all that. You know what I'm saying? He was a home run hitter. The dude could do it all on whether it be on the outfield, hitting, getting throwing people out, because you couldn't run on him because he'll throw you out. Right. So and then it took a turn for the worse because he was fighting some personal demons and all that, which I'm not going to really get into, but I love Darryl Strawberry. I love Doc Gooden, Dwight Gooden, man. The dude was a beast, man, on the pad, man. Dude was out here striking people out left and right. Yeah. I think he still holds the all-time strikeout leader as the pitcher of the Mets. Yeah, Jacob deGrom might eventually break that record, but Doc Gooden, man, back in the day was a beast, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just became a Mets fan. I became a Mets fan straight off GP. I remember when they won the World Series in '86 in Game 6. That
Yeah,
ball went between Bill Buckner's leg, and
and it, yeah, and I remember Ray Knight was like going around my third base with hands. Like, oh my god, you can't
yeah,
believe
Ray Knight
like
ended up scoring the winning run.
when it won
And,
right. Yeah,
yeah,
I was 20. I was going on 20 at the time. No, I
I
was 20
was.
already.
I think I was like 7. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
7 because it was '86. I was 7 years old.
yeah, I'm telling my age too much. I'm 56, but I'm telling my age. Hey sis, how you doing? I haven't
Shit, I'm
seen you in a
42.
while. What?
I'm 42. So
Yeah,
hey,
you don't even look 42, bro.
man, people tell me all the time, man. People say, "Oh man, you look like you in your early 30s." I'm like, really? Shit, my body don't feel like that, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm a big time Mets fan, bro. And then in football, I like the Giants. And then in basketball, I was a Knicks fan until they traded Mark Jackson. Then
Yeah,
I
I know.
boycotted the Knicks. And hockey, I like the Rangers. But yeah, man.
So
man,
you practically like all New York to the exception of the Knicks.
Yeah.
That's safe to say that.
Yeah, I still like the Knicks. I root for them and shit. You know what I'm saying?
But you never live in New York, though. People say, but you never live in New York. How you? But I understand. But
now, I'll tell you how I became a Giants fan, right? So, Dave Meggett, when I was growing up in Charleston, South Carolina, you know what I'm saying? Dave Meggett played his high school football at North Charleston High School, which wasn't far from where I lived at and wasn't far from where my grandmama, God rest her soul, she worked at.
Right.
So, because she worked at the Navy base was big down there in Charleston at the time, and Dave Meggett plays high school football down there in North Charleston High School. So that's how I became a big old Giants fan off the strength of Dave Meggett, and I've been a Giants fan ever since, man. You know what I'm saying? They've been abysmal the last several years though, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying, I still rock with my team, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good. Wow.
Yeah, man. I love everything. Only thing I don't like about New York is them big ass rats that be chewing through engine wire and all that, and dragging pizza up and down the step. You know what I'm saying? And then you get them in the corner, they ready to fight your ass. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers ain't never scared.
Yo, they big as cats, y'all.
Them motherfuckers as big as goddamn prairie dogs, bro.
Yeah, they big. Yeah, they big. And I know. But I have to. All right. So now, welcome everybody. This is the chop up. I'm LB, brother LB is chopping up with me on the Darkness Round Table. Salute to you. About another 10 minutes. You willing to ask questions?
Yeah. Anybody got a question in the chat? They
Okay, in 10. All right. No. Oh, it's getting late. All right, put it like this. Anybody that wants to ask a question, put it in the chat. Now, I'm letting you know right now. It has to be a legit question. That means that you have to listen to the show. You know what I'm saying? Listen to the show while we talk about it. You put it. Now, if I feel that the question that don't fit what we talk about, or that is offend Brother LB, it's not going to be, I'm not going to ask that. Just letting you know right now. So please listen very carefully what we talk about right now. All right, let's get back into it. So y'all can put your question in right now, or if y'all want to listen to a few 5-10 minutes, that'd be great too. So all right. So
now, hey, I want to say one more thing. Yeah, I've been to New York quite a few times though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I've been to the Mets games at Shea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the old Shea Stadium and all that. You know what I'm saying? I've been to, I went there for Fleet Week when I was in the military. Last time I was in New York was like in 2011. I went there for Fleet Week and shit. Went to party out there. Me and my homeboy, one of my best friends, I grew up with, you know what I'm saying? We ended up on the same ship together, went out to New York, went out there party and all that, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, I'll tell you right now, New York got some, the female, man, my God have mercy. Anyway, the partying out there, man, it is crazy, bro.
It is crazy.
Like,
now,
Man,
Go. I finished.
dude, we out there partying and all that till like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Get back to the hotel, go to sleep, wake up at 10:30, go to the Yankees game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Pass out at the fucking Yankees game and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then the subway, man, the subway is crazy. Like on the way there, right? Some dude was like, the planes is coming. Duck, everybody. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? We're in the subway. He's saying that shit.
That's how they do it. That's how they do it in New York.
Yeah, we go to the game, right? We left around the 5th inning because we wanted to beat the crowd and all that, right? Yankees end up losing to the Indians that particular day, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been to the new Yankee Stadium too. New York, hey, that stadium is nice, bro. That stadium is awesome, bro. Man, I had a good time at that Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, they say that they call that a baseball cathedral.
Right.
That's they call it.
Right. So we leave the stadium. Mm-hmm. We back in the subway, and you know, going to the subway, going back to the hotel because I got a hotel in Manhattan, right? This lady just come out of nowhere and talk about, I just want to thank everybody for listening to me today, and that I just hope that y'all will show y'all support for vegan. So I just yell out, what the fuck is vegan? Right? And some random dude tapped me on the shoulder. He was like, hey man, that's when they don't eat no meat, no byproducts, no nothing. I'm like, oh. And then they yell out, we eat animals down south. I had that whole subway going, boy.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. Now let me ask you, now by you being in New York, right, for a few times, as you know that the politics has changed in New York, right?
Right.
How do you feel? I'm going back now because I remember like you was talking about former President Clinton. And you was talking about the time that he came in the early 2000s, how Hillary Clinton was how she became a senator, that she ain't supposed to. You're supposed to be the resident in that city or state for over 4 years before she became a senator. But they push it on, and then you got our shop that has put that to this day that I don't respect. But I tell you, I probably bring LB. We gonna talk about that in the near future. That's because it's not about me; it's about LB. But I know that you talk about that, and then you talk about those times, and I remember you talk about it very vividly. And again, tell the people that what I'm saying so far, is it a lie?
No.
Explain, tell the people why. Because I remember you talk about it. That's why I brought it like that.
You talk about Al Sharpton?
Yes, Al Sharpton and Clinton, how they invade New York, and how did we got this how all this was really happening when the whites was like coming in and take over our property and stuff. A lot of people don't know. It's not really
gentrification, bro. That gentrification is crazy, bro. So, now Hillary Clinton ain't even from New York. She's from goddamn Arkansas.
Yes, she is.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you know, hey, look, when it comes to politics, man, when you got money and you got fame and you got status and shit, man, you know what I'm saying? You a powerful player like the Clintons are. You know what I'm saying? You make anything move, man. You motherfuckers always make exceptions to the rule when it comes to the Clintons and all that, right? And then you got Al Sharpton, you know, Al Sharpton is notorious up in New York, right? When it comes to the whole, when he working for the FBI and the whole situation with Toronto Brawley and and then another situation that was out there he was involved in that got like 3 people killed and all that. I can't remember what it was. Can't remember that particular incident. I can't remember who it was off the top of my head, but anyway, Al Sharpton is a known operative for the Democratic Party. He's been a notorious operative. The whole thing with Michael Bloomberg, when Bloomberg was running around here trying to run for a 3rd term he ain't supposed to have, and he paying goddamn Al Sharpton money under the table to keep quiet and all that. So Al Sharpton, you know, whenever Al Sharpton does something, Al Sharpton does for Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton don't give 2 fucks about the black community. I know he wanted to call himself parade. He liked to parade himself as a champion for the black community with his National Inaction Network and all that. But the fact of the matter is, when Al Sharpton is running his mouth, he's doing it for the cameras. He's doing it for political clout. And the whole thing behind Al Sharpton is, if he will use he will weaponize the black community if he feels that a white company ain't acquiescing to his demands, or ain't catering to his needs and all that. Then he'll cry racism. Then he'll cry that the black people being disparaged against and all that. And he will cast and this company is cast aspersions about black people just so he can get money for himself. When he did that during last month, when he did that National Action Network spring luncheon, and then a couple months from now he'll do the summer luncheon, and then a couple months after that he'll do the fall luncheon, just getting fat in the pockets and in the stomach. Al Sharpton does it for Al Sharpton. You don't hear Al Sharpton talk about reparations. You don't hear Al Sharpton talk about, all he does is go to these towns where they struggle within the black community, make a clown show out of it, and then he leaves, and then the people there are still left to pick up the pieces of what happened. So, when Al Sharpton's a Bama, I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. Hillary Clinton, you definitely don't no support behind that hag. That hag is something else, man. Hey, and I almost be too much, because that Clinton body count is real.
Very real. Very real. And also, let me say this before we continue, is that I want you to understand what the president that we have right now, he was never for black people. I want you to still understand how the 220 elections is. How they disrespect our people, especially us as black men. Let me give you a little briefing about this president that just said that they're for black people. He is a second generation Dixie Democrat. Let me say it again. He is a second generation Dixie Democrat. Why I say that? He learned from the senator named Strom Thurmond. Who's Strom Thurmond? Strom Thurmond is one of the leaders of the Dixie Democrats back in the late 20s into going to the 60s and 70s. They're the one have the stranglehold for us as black people. Those are the ones that were on the low that were pushing KKK policies, even that they wrote into the law. That's what Joe Biden learned that from. If you remember back in the 80s, when we find out that happened in the mid 80s, when we happened like in the late 80s going in the early 90s, that the Nicaraguans was pushing drugs in the black community. And look, guess who was a part of that committee that they do something? Joe Biden. Joe Biden has never did anything for black people. Only he caused the divide. And then we ain't gonna talk about the 1992 law, as we already.
The 94 crime bill?
I mean, the 94 crime bill. So let's understand this though too. That 94 bill was sculpted out even years before that. So. And we already know how Republican is. So let me put it out there. We already know how Republican is. So two parties never did anything for us as a people anyway. Put this out there. They never done. But I'm just giving y'all a brief history. You're dealing with a snake.
Yep.
A nasty snake.
Joe Biden's been doing this shit for damn near 50 years, man. And he had been rubbing elbows with some of the most diabolical segregationists out there. And Strom Thurmond is the most diabolical segregation out there because he was a senator from South Carolina. He said they talk shit about black folks but have babies by him too with black women, right? And hey, this is a little known fact because I talked about this on my channel. Joe Biden actually spoke at his eulogy. I mean, at his funeral.
So let me say this though. Now, am I correct what I'm saying about Joe Biden?
Yeah, sloppy Joe Biden. Yeah, you ain't wrong. You ain't all that stuff.
Okay.
Was facts.
Okay. Now you heard it from him because I'm asking Brother LB because Brother LB he's very deep into history. So that's when I'm bringing this up to let people understand he's not to be trusted. And this is what I'm saying, that connect the dots of the past history and into history. You get what I'm saying. Now, again, anybody that wants to put questions in the chat, please do so. Please do so. Please do so. Let me ask you this question. We and you talk offline. We talk about stimulus checks and everything, and you talking about ADS and all that. I want you. Oh, let me read this as Mother Lassade. She said, "What roles will the politics play in our growth of our people in the future? Please tell us, brother, what you see and think."
Okay, so the one thing I do learn from all that, right? For an agenda to be met, right, you got to get people in the position that will support the agenda, right? So, I'm all about preservation and growth and all that. You know what I'm saying? Change starts from within. If you don't change yourself, you can't change nobody else. But as far as politics go, with the policy, right? We got to get policies in place we got to get people in position of power that's going to support our agenda. Right. and not be sold out by corporate interests, not be sold out by pressure from opposing bases. So it can play a vital role more so in your local community. The greatest impact will be felt in your local areas. So like getting judges in there, black judges, getting black district attorneys, and getting people within the school boards and things of that nature, right? I think politics on the local level, you feel the greatest impact. On the national level, with the Joe Bidens and the camel toe, right? With them, you're not gonna really feel no impact like that. Federal judges, you're not gonna feel no impact with the Supreme Court and all that shit. You gotta focus inside out. So if you get people within your local government, right? If you get people in position of power in your local governments, I think that's where the needle will start to be moved. If you so I hope I answered your question.
Okay, cool. Now, to speed it up right now, and also you had talk about the midterm elections of both sides. Both sides of the party. I want you to talk more about that, please.
Okay, so for midterms, coming up in November, you got a lot of senators who didn't run the last election, they'll run in this one because they overlap each other, right? So for the Republican side, right, look, they know they got a whole lot of stuff going on right now when it comes to Roe v. Wade, the whole issue with guns, the whole issue with critical race theory and the white replacement theory and all this other bullshit, right? For them, it's all about power, and it's a huge power grab. Not saying that both sides don't get involved in power struggle, but they're just more out there with it. They're just more inclined to let you know that they don't care about what you think. They care about power. They care about money. And anyone that don't acquiesce to their demands or their agenda, they are marked irrelevant. Case in point, you had the one Republican that wanted to actually do something about gun rights and gun control, and he pretty much got banished out the party. So it's about that, and then on top of that, the whole to me, which is the elephant in the room, is the election lie with Donald Trump and his surrogates peddling that bullshit about election fraud, and that way, you know, they basically try to circumvent the whole process, right? Because back in 2020, they were crying election fraud with the Democrats. Now you go to some of these primaries out here, they crying election fraud. You had one bitch named Candace Taylor running her mouth about, oh man, oh there's all this widespread voter fraud, but you only got 3% of the vote. If you don't get the hell up out of here, right? So on the Republican side, it's about being braggadocious about their power. They know they got the Democrats in the bind because the Democrats have shown that they are not willing to fight back against Republicans. They also know that the Democrats have alienated their base, which is the black community, because a lot of black folks vote Democrat, right? When we ask for reparations, they say no, we can't do that. We don't have the ability to get you reparations for whatever inexplicable reason, right? But they want us to vote for them. They're Democrats. We tell them, hey, we need to end qualified immunity because police out here killing black folks, and they're getting away with it because of technicalities. What Joe Biden said during the State of the Union address, not only are we not going to defund the police, but we're going to put more money to these police departments. And then he came up with that bill a couple weeks ago, pretty much giving police departments protections, but that's only on a federal level, right? Basically, Joe Biden has been a bought and paid for operative for the Fraternal Order of Police or the police unions, right? So we got all these demands about police accountability, reparations. Those are the two big ticket items, right? And then now you got gas costs just as much as a $5 big box at Popeyes, right? So you can't be in a position where you're in an empty tank and an empty stomach and you got to make decisions and shit, right? Oh man, but I know my stomach growling, man, but if I don't put no gas in my car, I'll be stuck on the side of the road, right? So you got that. And then so you got food that you got chicken wing costing $25. Now who in the hell would pay $25 for some goddamn chicken wings? Right? Then you turn around, you got people who can't afford to stay in their home.
Right.
Because the housing's so expensive. Now, mind you, nothing changed inside the house. That same old electric burner that got 4 electric outlets, but only 3 of them work, right? The same refrigerator that is collecting dust in the back, and no one's bothered to change it out. No one's bothered to strip out the carpet. You know what I'm saying? If you got a dog, you got doggy piss stains, and if you got kids, you got chicken stains and jelly stains on the carpet and all that. They ain't changed that up, but yet you paying, when you moved in that apartment that cost like $12.95 a month 3 years ago, now you're paying almost $2,000 a month for that same apartment with the same chicken stains and jelly stains on the carpet, with the same 4 outlets that only 3 of them work, and the same refrigerator that will burn out every once in a while. And and part of that is that these politics on both sides of the aisle fail to regulate these greedy ass corporate individuals who all they see is money. So one day they can get up out of their bed with their funky ass nuts and be like, you know what? I think the housing market needs to be raised 10% today. Done.
Got you. There's another question from the Queen. She said, brothers, Where do you see guns in the future? Will there be total gun control in the future? That's an excellent question. Well,
That's
you
an
go ahead
excellent
first.
question.
Yes,
So,
it is.
all right. So I feel that the answer is no, especially when Republicans take power, because again, it goes back to there's a song by Scarface back in the day that says, he said, "Money makes the world go round," and politicians, because the way the game is shaped up nowadays, bribery is pretty much legal. So if the NRA is sticking money up Ted Cruz's ass, and Ted Cruz is out there parading talking points, right? And you seen it play out. You got these Republicans out here blaming everything else but guns, right? They blaming the doors. They blaming families being separated for their homes. They're blaming lack of prayer. They're blaming porn. So shooting skeet in bed sheets is more dangerous than shooting a gun into someone's chest, right? That's what they're trying to tell us. You mean to tell me if I shoot skeet in a woman, it can bring life, but if I shoot a bullet into someone's chest, that could take away life. But hey, watching porn, hey, Johnny jacking off to Jenna Jameson and all that. Oh my God! Oh shit! The world's about to end. Never mind that 10 black people were shot at a supermarket in New York, in Buffalo. Never mind 19 kids and 2 adults were killed at a school in Texas. Never mind all that, because the one telltale sign that they didn't give a fuck, 3 days after the school shooting, they held an NRA convention out in
In Houston.
Houston.
Yes.
So when it comes to gun control, nothing's going to change. You hear these politics on TV, and you can tell who's being bought and paid for by the NRA, because they're blaming everything else, and they want to cook up all these other conspiracy theories about everything else except for what it is, guns. They tell you there's not enough doors. Hey, we need one central door, and we need to have an armed guard right there at that one door. Okay, so what if someone shoots through the window and comes in through the window and start their rampage? What good is the cops sitting at that one fucking door? Or what if there's a fire and people can't get out because the windows are barred and you got the one security guard right there? So now it's just so many myriad scenarios that these politics are willing to finagle their ass on TV and bring their milkshake and shake it all over the yard for everybody to see, all to keep from addressing what the real issue is. So, and then you got these people out here that, oh man, I need my guns. I need to protect my Second Amendment rights, and because the zombie apocalypse is coming. All that bullshit, right? So I say all that to say this. No, there will not be gun control in America, because everybody's so enamored with the Second Amendment, even though they don't know what the fuck the Second Amendment means. And there's a fascination with guns and violence here in America. So even if they ban assault rifles, which they won't, because when Republicans take power, it's gonna be the status quo, right? What's to stop me from shooting you with a 9? Okay, you ban an AR-15, I'll just shoot you with a 9. Then what? So it's gonna be the status quo, because too much money is being made from politicians and corporations alike when it comes to these guns and all that.
Also, I'm gonna say this though. And everything you say is right. I'm gonna come from this angle. Us as a people, we never have a gun control anyway. They still, NRA got the most powerful people in the world, the lobbyists. They have been paying them for years to keep this going. A lot of people underestimate the power of the lobbyists. Now, what they said, no one grind, what you saying? There are actually studies that did it in the FBI throughout the years that there are guns actually they found in our neighborhoods in crates of guns. People don't think they already don't know about it. They are actually, I could tell you this, when I was playing ball, I even found some guns and sometimes in abandoned buildings. that even in the schoolyard, in bags. And they gonna tell you, oh, the drug dealers. No. Drug dealers do not manufacture guns. So for me, that's never gonna happen. And at the same time, us as the people, we always gonna be the low boy anyway. We always gonna be the blame for everything. And then it goes back what I'm gonna say this too. It's gonna have our Hispanic brothers and sisters gonna be upset, but I'm gonna say this though too. When we was going through those problems of gun control, where y'all was at? Now, what happened to your Texas El Paso is very sad. But we have been in massacres for a long time. And a lot of them has not been mentioned. Has refused been reported. So us as a people, we got to understand this is going on right now. It's just that now they got it so good right now that how the technology is, they camouflaging the situation. You still got dirty cops, you still got dirty lawyers, you still got dirty politicians, dirty prosecutors. You got dirty everywhere. So go along with Brother LB was saying. This ain't gonna stop because this is $1 billion business, y'all. It's $1 billion. Biden is he talking about full smoke. No, it's not gonna happen. Cruz and them, especially in Texas, is getting greased well. Okay, do you know how much Cruz and the other senators in Texas, even around the country, you know how much their network is? Well, I'm not talking about. I ain't talking about in politics. I'm talking NRA. They getting the lowest. They getting 18 million pop. Some of them is getting more than that a pop.
I would suggest everybody go on this website called opensecrets.org. If you want to know how a politician move, if you want to know who's dangling dollars in front of them and all that, and they out here, doing the jiggling, baby, go ahead, baby, right? If you want to know how they move, go on this website called opensecrets.org.
I'm telling you. See, people thinking this been going on for a long time. And then so people, this is what I told people all the time, if you want Cruz, I get them out. But just understand, degrees will continue. But see, they always want to talk about the legal part, but they never want to talk about the illegal part. They never want to talk about how these guns is getting in our neighborhoods. No, they don't want to talk about that.
Nope.
And that's the key right there. Let's start from that. How do guns get in our neighborhoods for decades? This is long before me and Brother LB came into existence. How the gun exists. And this is what I'm saying. People can say, oh, I don't believe in white supremacy. Okay. All right, there's no such thing. You make a thing and say, okay. But just remember, history don't lie. Just understand that. Another question from a sister. Anybody can go. Please ask questions too. The Queen said, Brother LB, please explain to the people what about the Fourth Amendment is. Most people are not informed about the Fourth Amendment. That's also a great question.
Yeah, that's a great question, man.
Yes, it is.
Salute to the sister for dropping them heat and put me on my toes and all that. You know what I'm saying? Real time on a Friday night. You know what I'm saying?
Before you continue, let me ask you: this sister is for our people too. It's your sister is really fighting for us as black men too. So let me say that too. So salute to you, sis. Go ahead, salute to the Queen. Go ahead.
All right. So Fourth Amendment ties to like search and seizures and all that, right? for one, there has to be a probable cause as to why someone's searching and doing a search and seizure on you, right? And it has to be something legitimate. It can't be just like, well, I'm gonna pat you down just because, right? If they're gonna search your home, none of that can be done without your consent, right? But if something's not, so for example, I'm gonna give a couple of examples. So say like you in your car, right? Police pull you over, you know what I'm saying? There's a dime bag right there, you know what I'm saying? They got probable cause, they don't need a warrant or nothing like that, right? But if they suspect something, right, then they have to have a warrant. And then on that warrant, the warrant has to explicitly, it has to be everything that they're looking for. If it's not on that warrant, they can't do it. Or else, if they put something on the warrant, or they leave something on the warrant and they grab something that's not on the warrant, the whole warrant's invalid, right? It comes to search and seizure, right? So, and the warrant has to be signed by a judge. It has to be signed by a judge authorizing that the warrant be conducted. And then when they do the warrant in the house, it can only be for the things. So they can't just they just can't go rummage around your fucking house, right? If they say that a bag of dope was in the bathroom, right? When they come to the house, they go straight to the bathroom. They can't be in the closet. They can't be looking under the couch. They can't be, tearing up shit on the TV. They can't be out here feeding the cat. None of that shit can go down. When they come into that house, they're supposed to go where the alleged items could be at, and they got to get right the hell on up out of there. Period. Anything they do outside of that will invalidate the warrant. And you need to know that when you go to court. And you need to have pictures of what they did, how they did it, right? Because you need that evidence when you go to court. Because one thing we know about police officers, they will lie on affidavits. They will finagle what's on the police report. That's called, they will perjure themselves, even though the judge won't hold them accountable, or nobody else will hold them accountable. They will plant evidence. We all know that police will conduct misconduct in order to induce a conviction, especially if they're working hand in hand with the district attorney.
Yeah.
So when it comes to searches and seizure, make sure you take pictures. Everybody got a camera phone nowadays, so the cop can't fucking just go out there and lie about whatever, because they will lie. They will lie. All this police misconduct. You seen black folks go to jail for decades over crimes they didn't commit and all that. They went in fully healthy. Now they're coming out in a wheelchair, cockeyed, everything else, because of a false conviction. And one way to protect yourself is by actually knowing the contents of the law and the amendments. And when it comes to the Fourth Amendment for searches and seizure, and another thing that I hadn't talked about, they have to give you a copy of what's on of the warrant. They have to give you a copy of it. They have to give you a copy. They just can't just walk up in there, take all kinds of shit, and not give you a copy of what's on the warrant. Because if it's on the warrant and they take whatever's outside the warrant, then they're gonna have to they're going to either have to return it, because they can't be used as evidence. It'll be inadmissible in court. So they're going to have to give it back. If they want to go after it again, they're going to have to run another warrant and get it approved by the judge and all that. But that's where I'm at on that.
Okay. Let me ask you this question too. Yes, we see that the nucleus family, when I'm talking about the husband, talking about the man and women together, the kids, explain to people why is delivery being destroyed?
Because look, the black man in America is the most discriminated against, right? And one way the media is doing divide and conquer. You start to see all these interracial couples now, and more often than not, you see a white man with a black woman, right? Whether it be in commercials, whether it be in with Kamala Harris and her husband, Karine Jean-Pierre and her gay lover, and Ketanji Brown Jackson and her husband, right? They're really trying to phase out the black man. They really are. So you see the devil at work. Not only that, a lot of feminist groups out here are talking about what black man isn't doing and what black man isn't providing and how they're not doing enough. So you got white supremacists out here using the black woman, right? You see it with Joe Biden with the first White House press secretary as a female, the first Supreme Court justice as a female, Maya Angelou on the quarter. You had Harriet Tubman statue out in Philadelphia. You got all this stuff that's going on, right? In an attempt to pit the black woman against the black man. And then you got these black women out here, these tethers, right? And a lot of them be migrants that will come here and will shit all over the black man and say, I'm going to date me a white man. I want me some white geek and all this other shit, right?
Right.
I want white geek.
Yeah, white. Right.
You guys ain't doing nothing for me. I want white geek.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
and they're not, and then a lot of times some people don't realize that they're being played for fools and all that. So, and then you know what movie stands out to me? When we talking about this right now, and it came out in the early 2000s, Monsters Ball.
Yes.
Remember when Halle Berry was married to Diddy, and P Diddy died in prison at police custody, and then the main person responsible for killing P Diddy ended up having sex with his wife.
Yeah, that's true. That's an observation too. Now another questions, please, questions, because we're not gonna be here that long. We brother gotta take care of some business. I'm glad that you just stuck around. Another question is, while we was going to school, we had nursery rhymes was read to us, right? And it was heterosexual. Am I correct?
Yep.
Okay. Now we see there is a demonic change, and I'm just saying it nicely. A demonic change. I noticed that you talk about this too on your channel. Could you elaborate on this chopper, please?
To make sure I put it in proper context, which one are you referring to, like Lil Nasty X?
All that.
All right, so in rap music nowadays, the philosophical, thought-provoking rap now, it just, people don't want to. I know you and I want to hear it, and there's a lot of people that want to hear it, but the problem is the powers that be that run it don't feel that kind of music sell. They don't feel that that's going to make them money. So you might hear an album and whatever like that, but man, that shit dope as fuck, but it's not going to move units. So what they do is they was like, we got to have some controversy and all that. And comes Lil Nasty X, right? Because I'm not saying no Nas when I know Nas is the best rapper of all time. I will not call that clown no Lil Nas X. I'm gonna call him Lil Nasty X, right? So Lil Nasty X put out that song getting fucked doggy style by the devil, and it get everybody talking about it. Now then he go from that to being gay. Then he go from being gay to being straight again. And it's like, all that is nothing more than a prop to generate money. Even with the whole content, because you can't listen to a rap song without them talking about having sex with women, shooting people, driving fancy cars, all that shit, right? No, I mean, no kind of context, no kind of substance. And then you see these guys no longer being relevant after 2-3 years. That's why I put respect on the names of the OGs that have the longevity, like the Nas's, like the Notorious B.I.G., even though he's not here no more, God rest his soul. Tupac, EPMD, A Tribe Called Quest, Outkast.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, all that, you know, the West Coast, you got Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, NWA, people who transcend the rap game, people who had foresight about what was going on in our communities and all that. Too Shorts, right? People who have longevity again. These little guys like Ray Schmurmer and all that, all these other clowns, man. These guys like, you know, showing their ass with dookie stains all up in their drawers and all that, you know what I'm saying, having their pants sagging and all that. Look, that ain't got no longevity. And if they knew what that meant, they'll stop doing that shit. Because I don't want to see your dookie stain infested drawers. Pull your goddamn pants up and have some respect. All day, my sister, appreciate you.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and as for us, right? You got me and LB live in Virginia. I want you to understand one thing. And this is also in the Democrat Party. I'm thinking it's a chance. The head of the Virginia Democrat delegation is a queer.
I remember that.
Okay? I want you to understand it. These are the ones. Now, there are people that delegation. Oh, yeah, they don't have no power. Oh, yes, they do have power, especially in the local and even in states. Now, in Virginia, they can go react where if they want to go do if they want to go to federal, they can do that. That's how the Commonwealth work is, and so they are actually queer queens is teaching nursery rhymes, reading nursery rhymes to our kids. These are the same ones that are pushing homosexual pre-kindergartners to up to graduate out of high school. These are the ones that on the law is teaching demonic things to our kids. And trust me, and it's happened up to local, all the way up to the top. And it's not just happening in Virginia. This is happening all around this country. That's why the human family that are that are heterosexual, we're under attack. Your feminine is under attack. Your masculinity is under attack. And the sad thing about it, some of us that looks like us is part of that. It's part of that unnatural thing.
I mean, how we go from Billy D. Williams to Billy Porter?
I don't know. You gotta explain that.
I mean, how we go to a man that you know he's a real man, he's masculine on that. We go from that to, hi everybody, my name is Billy Porter, and if you want to, join me in the festivities at the Essence Festival, it will be held in New Orleans in October. I hope to see you there. Mwah. What the hell?
Right.
We go, man. Look, you just don't know how bad that shit really pissed me off, man.
It pissed me off too, bro. That's what it is and everything. So, what brother LB is talking, but you can ask me questions too, brother. Please, brother. I want you to ask me questions too. But this is what's really going on. This was like brother LB talk about. This is what I be talking about it too. It has to be black, and also too. Let me ask you this question: as we see in this space, I know there are toxic black men. Yes, it is. But we also see quite a few toxic black women. And why it's so important that it needs to be addressed, just as we address toxic black men, toxic men, yes, we do. But why it's so important that they need to be held accountable too, please.
Look, to me, it comes down to this, right? As a person, it is based on what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept. Because a lot of people nowadays, they're not principle driven. They don't have. A lot of people don't have values. A lot of people don't stand for nothing. A lot of people just go with whatever's trendy, right? Who's the most braggadocious person out here? Who can speak ill of whatever and all that, and who can deliver the way they want to deliver, how they deliver to get people attracted? Because nowadays we in this social media realm is all about views. It's all about subscriptions. It's all about likes. It's all about my friend count. Oh man, see my friend count, man. I got 1 million friends. But you ask these people, okay, so of these 1 million friends that you have on whatever social media platform that tickles your fancy, right? When you're down and out and you're alone, how many of those 1 million followers are going to be there for you? That's going to help you out. So do you really have 1 million friends, or you just have a group of people that's willing to listen to you rant, rave, and go on massive diatribes about whatever? So, and through all this facade and the smoke and mirrors and all the bullshit, right? Understanding who you are and what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept goes a long way into having the kind of voice you need to get you through whatever situation you're going through. In my humble opinion. Now, I can't speak for everybody and all that. I'm just saying, I just make it a blanket statement and stuff like that, right? Take with the information as you wish. If you feel that what I'm saying is true, okay, cool. If you don't think what I'm saying is true, then that's cool too. No, I'm only one man. I'm not the NRBR. I'm not the omnipotent person for information and all that. But in my humble opinion, to put a button on what you're asking, you got to understand what's important and what's not important. Now, a lot of times, these feminists out here, all they want to do, and a lot of TSs out here do the same thing too, right? Because I think that's another emerging threat out here. The chicks with dicks, right?
Right.
I just tell it what it is. You know what I'm saying? They want to call themselves transsexuals or transvestites or transformations. Y'all trannies, okay? Y'all a bunch of chicks with dicks. Anyway, they will sit up here and spread anti-black man hate. But last time I checked, you can't be out here spreading anti-black man hate when you stand up and pee just like I do. That makes you a hypocrite. You run around here being a chick with a dick and being out here talking shit about the same people that you're supposed to be supporting.
Yeah.
So that's all I got on that.
Okay, cool. Let me ask you, are you single?
Yes.
You looking?
I'm not gonna say I'm looking, but if there's a very attractive female that come across me and she and I connect and all that, we can make some magic. But am I gonna go out my way and get myself in a car accident to find a female? No. Because when you look, what I do understand is this: when you look, you will not find when you're looking. It's when you're not looking is when you'll find something or someone. So it just depends. I'm out here grinding every day, making money, trying to support my family, trying to support my trying to hold my own self down, my own too. As I alluded to before, divorce really took a lot out of me. I was down and out
Oh,
for
you
a
was
while.
married.
Yeah, I was.
How long you was married?
I was married 13 years.
And how long you been divorced, if you don't mind to ask?
But going on 2 years now. So it is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't complaining. I ain't making no excuses. I'm not crying and nothing like that. I'm just gonna go do what I do, man. Because at the end of the day, one thing I understand with women, they're looking for real men that's gonna provide, that's gonna produce, and they're gonna protect. And if a man can't do those three things for a woman, then that woman don't need to be around that man that cannot provide, produce, and protect.
Yeah. And let me say this though too. You're absolutely right. But also for me, I hold women accountable too. Just like I hold men accountable, I hold women accountable too. If you want a real man, you gotta act according to get a real man. Because there are men out here right now, they are shaping up. And these simp brothers out here, these simp men out here, y'all gonna be non-existent. So you keep on caping with these toxic feminine. Keep on caping for them. Y'all gonna get done. Y'all gonna get done. And I'm gonna talk more about that too. We ain't gonna keep you going, brother. We gonna go keep you going. If there's any questions that you want to ask about me, if it could be any question, doesn't make a difference. Because this is a chop up.
Yeah, I know this is a chop up, but I kind of want to go in this restaurant here, give me some shrimp and grits.
Right. Now, before you go in, we're gonna close this out. Give us our last give us the last remarks, please, before you leave.
All right. Well, I appreciate you for having me on. First and foremost, thank you for allowing me the platform to come in, fellowship, chop it up with everybody that's in here. I hope you got something out of this long-winded diatribe that I've been on for like the last hour and some change and what have you. And I will hope that you would find my information informative and find me entertaining enough that you would subscribe to my YouTube channel, the Sports Political Channel of LB. I don't know if you have put the link in the chat.
I put the link in the chat again. There you go.
All right, I appreciate it. So I thank everyone for watching. That's going to watch this video later on, and hey man, the only thing we can do from here is go up and grow and be because this is the thing. Not everybody can come with us in this journey, right? When we fighting for reparations, we fighting for any qualified immunity. When we're fighting white supremacy one day at a time, you got to understand it's not a marathon. I mean, it's not a sprint; it's a marathon, right? And I'm built for this marathon. I'm built for the long haul till I draw my last breath, and the good Lord takes me up there into transition. I'm going to fight for my people. I'm going to tell you what these white supremacists is doing, what kind of backdoor deals and oil fields type shit they got going on. And now, do I get the cussing? Yes. Do I get the vulgarity? Yes. But at the same time, I want to tell you what the devil's going on so that way you can be informed. And then you can make the best decision possible for you and your family. So that's my whole purpose of my YouTube channel. Yeah, we as always, my brother Underrated Darkness, he come on there, you know what I'm saying? We be talking Knicks and all that stuff and all that, you know what I'm saying? But hey, I hope y'all have a good night. I'm gonna go.
Sister Swoops like me, she said thanks.
I appreciate y'all. I really do. I hope I really appreciate y'all for lending me your ears. Let me be your voice for the night. And yeah, I'm about to eat me some shrimp and grits and all that pimp shit.
If any time later on, hit me up or hit me up tomorrow.
All right, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Anytime. Thank you. That's for the one and only LB. His channel is the Sports and Politics channel. I want you to go. I put the link. I'm gonna put the link in one more time. Put
You
the
know what I'm
link
saying?
one more time in the chat. I want you to go support him. Please go support him. He's not he's not a male. He don't woman bash. He don't woman bash. He just want to, man bash. He just want to come, just tell the truth. He just in his own way. He just want to bring our nucleus family together. They want to state out what's wrong with us as a people and everything. He's very passionate what he do and stuff. And he's a family man. You got a daughter, right?
I got 2 daughters,
You got two. What's the ages?
8 and 6.
8 and 6. So here's a man. He take care of his family. So we gotta support. We gotta support men like this. They are men in this space are doing it. So let's support it. Stop listening to some of these women talking ain't no good men and they ain't good themselves.
Right. You can't. Hey, look, this is my thing. You can't be a biscuit away from dying, or you can't look like somebody that could be propped up on the crane and take out the side of a Burger King and call yourself that. I want me a man that's really cut and built and all that. No, no. You can't be running around here with cockeyed titties and being a fat slob, and then you want a guy that's all muscular and built. That's not how that works.
Yeah, and putting butt plants in you or something like that.
What the devil? What kind of shit? On
Yeah,
that note, I'm out of here.
they do. You seen it? You buy a butt like Matt. Serious. It's out there. It's crazy. Then you got these men wearing mascaras, and you know what? I'm getting ready to. I can't say it. But thanks again, brother. Thank you so much for blessing us of this chop up. I appreciate it, and you gave us more time than I thought you did. Thank you so much, brother. You go and eat.
All right, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna holler at you.
Definitely. Thank you. That is the one and only LB in this channel, Sports and Politics channel.
All
And
right.
So let me cut this off. But I just want to thank y'all so much for participating in this chop up. Swoops, I would like to do a chop up with you one day. Let me shout out to everybody before I close this out. Anybody that wants to donate, my cash app is capital $ capital JT 53000. Again, $ capital JT 53000. All right. Shout out to brother JMJ. Shout out to brother Bruce Gas. Shout out to brother Zero. I know him for a long time. He on him day one. Shout out to brother Zero. Thanks for coming. Shout out to Chocolatina J1327. Thanks for showing up. The one and only Tom Malone in the building. That's my day one right there. Thank you. Alansha, thanks for coming. Appreciate you. Glad seeing you again. Haven't seen you in a while. Swoops like me, the one and only beautiful Swoops like me. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you. Thank you. Brother King, go for Lions. Z45. Appreciate you, brother. Come back. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you. Bonnie, the Bonnie Rose. Thanks for coming. Appreciate that. That's the channel you need support. And other channels that I mentioned, please support those channels too. Very much appreciate. Swoops like me, I already mentioned you. But thanks again. Chocolatina, I mentioned you, but I shall you again. Thanks y'all so much. The link is in the channel. Please go sub to him. Send a comment. Thank you, Swoops like me, as always. Very much appreciate it. You gotta hit me up. I want to do a chop up with you too. All right. On behalf of the chop up with LB, the chop up with brother LB will chop it up with me on the Darkness Roundtable, the number one grinder. Number one grinder. I like how Swoops like me say it. I like how she say it. It's hashtag grown talk. Like I said before, I wanted to do a boxing commentary, but I'm not gonna do it tonight. My 9 to 12. I most likely I'm gonna do it tomorrow. And please, I want y'all women. I want you to come. I want y'all to please go check it out. Cause last week on my birthday, Devin Haney became the first lightweight undisputed champion. And 2 weeks before that, we had Jamel Charlo. Became undisputed uh, junior middleweight. So we got two brothers in two weight classes became undisputed at the weight classes. So I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. Don't know what time it is, but please support it. Please support it because it means something to the women. To it goes to show that black man, we do have excellence inside us, despite people think of us. We have always had inside of impossible timing. So I'm gonna talk about that so thank y'all so much again on behalf of my secondary channel, the number one grinder real talk. Yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best kept secrets on YouTube, the best of the business. Peace to you and your families. Thank you so much. Have a good night. This one is Ghost. Stay blessed, stay blessed, stay blessed.